Hello, everybody. I'm Jesse Waters, along with Rosanna Scotto, Jessica Tarlov, Dana Perino, and Greg Gutfeld. It's 5 o'clock in New York City, and this is The Five. Six months after Kamala got steamrolled and banished to Australia for speaking gigs, the Democratic Party just took another smack from the ugly stick of unpopularity. According to the latest poll, Republicans have a 10-point advantage on net favorability. But have no fear, libs. Mayor Pete thinks ditching the hoity-toity talk will help Democrats win back their spot at the cool kids table.
If I hear one more time, like a well-off liberal doctor or lawyer saying, that quote unquote, these folks are voting against their economic interests, I just wonder whether they ever contemplated the fact that somebody could turn around and say, so are you. There's a condescension that is imputed to Democrats that I think we really need to deal with.
But Little Debbie thinks the voters have got it all wrong about the Democrats.
Democrats are typically tagged as tortoises, slugs, or sloths, slow, plodding, passive. And then a little bit later, there was a respondee who said the Democrats are like a deer in headlights. How is it that you think that the Democratic Party has earned these descriptions?
John, I'm not focused on the animals that some New York Times reporter compares the political parties to. My constituents are human beings. I'm focused on the humans I represent, not, animal comparison.
And now Politico is proposing a bizarre shadow cabinet of Democrats to challenge the Trump administration, featuring such gems as alleged fraudster Tish James as Attorney General, Jon Stewart as VA Secretary, Giselle Fetterman, the wife of Big John, would be DHS Secretary, Bill Nye, the science guy, is EPA head, and comedian Nikki Glazer for the Small Business Administration. This is an interesting idea, a shadow cabinet, Dana.
I think it's ridiculous. But they are grasping at straws, okay? And they're circling the drain. There's lots of analogies that we could use for this. I joked with Jessica, I haven't seen her in a week, that I leave and then I come back and it's the same topic. And I think, and when Hemmer asked me this morning, how long does this news cycle last? I said, I think it's for a long time. I don't see anything really getting it off of the front page because, one, they're not dealing with it directly, and two, there's just so much more. In fact, Fox News Digital just has a piece up today about a lot of the executive orders and how many of them were signed by AutoPen. And these were huge sweeping deals. And we have, not testimony, but we have on the record comments from Speaker Johnson. Remember when he went and had a meeting with Biden and he says, why did you sign the executive order to ban LNG? And he says, I never did that. It's like, yes, you did. Like, well, it was just a study. Oh, guess what? Well, the study that goes to EPA all gets signed off. And Biden didn't know anything about it, and he wouldn't have done that if he knew. That, to me, is just the tip of the iceberg. So a lot more to come. And also you have the fact that there's a split in the Democratic Party that's very interesting. You have someone like Rahm Emanuel who's saying we have to go back to the center. That's probably true if they want to win, but that's not where the base is. The base is so much farther to the left. 2 weeks ago, AOC was seen as the person who's the number one choice for Democrats, the most exciting person in the Democratic Party, the people that the one that people are looking to. Last week, she called for ending ICE. Right. The policies that she has are much further to the left than someone like Rahm Emanuel wants to go. So they need like a giant etch and sketch to shake all around to see if they can get rid of the policy positions they've had since 2016, 15, 16, 17. And I just don't see this ending for quite a while.
Jessica, some may say this will go on forever.
Are those people our producers?
That person is me. But when Dana brings up the AutoPen, that means it's a legit scandal. It's not a conspiracy theory.
By this table standards, yes, I take Dana the most seriously, for sure. Listen, I feel like we are kind of halfway through the original sin cycle. There are a couple more books to come, and every time that one comes out, it's going to be rough. There are going to be details, there are going to be new names of people who should have said something but didn't say something, and I'll have a bad week, but I'm in it for the long haul, and I'm committed. And I'm also committed to the truth, Jesse. And the truth is that the Democrats are very unpopular. but so is a lot of what Donald Trump is doing. So in polling, Marquette, Fox News, all the goodies, he's down 16 on the economy, down 14 on foreign policy, 26 on handling tariffs, and 32 on cost of living. And this reconciliation bill that they're trying to pass through the Senate right now has opposition from more senators than they can handle. So you've got the Josh Hawleys of the world, who's miraculously concerned about throwing people off Medicaid. Rick Scott and Maria Bartiromo was raking him over the coals this morning about his views. Rand Paul, who has been talking about everything from how unconstitutional it is for Trump to be putting in these tariffs to how we're ballooning the deficit. Ron Johnson, Susan Collins, Jerry Moran. Those are a lot of senators that you've got to get on board. So if this is the big ticket item, right, this is the big marquee agenda piece that we're going to give tax cuts to the wealthy and we're going to take away food assistance and Medicaid, so we're hurting the poor to help the rich. That does not bode well for 2026. For the Republicans or for 2028, when we're going to have a big, beautiful primary and we will get a great candidate and everyone will forget about the hoity-toity and we shall be victorious.
It's funny, Jessica thinks she can sell that agenda, Greg, that Trump's this guy that hates the poor and he's just out for Wall Street.
He's
the
just
exact
out for
opposite.
himself.
It's the exact opposite.
No, the funny thing is the reason why there's so much opposition to the bill is because it didn't go far enough. This is not about spending. I mean, you're saying this bill is awful because they're going to be cutting. We have to cut. We are heading toward a we're in a doom spiral.
But it balloons the deficit.
I'm saying that, but that's not why you're mad about it. You're mad that they might cut something, or they might cut taxes and they might cut Medicaid. I'm saying is you should be mad that they're not cutting more. In terms of cutting Medicaid, let's be honest about the Medicaid stuff. This is about able-bodied young men and illegal immigrants. So push that aside and talk about the fact that you and I don't like the bill, but I don't like the bill because it's not going to stop the apocalypse. You don't like the bill because you want to press on the gas and go right off the cliff. Those are two different attitudes. We need to cut the deficit, not raise it. Can I talk about the shadow cabinet?
Please.
Okay. What is this story called? I know it's not summer. It's a
clickbait story.
It's a summer clickbait story. Yeah. No research, no reporting at all. Yeah. As for a shadow cabinet, we already had one.
Yep.
It was 4 years under Biden. It was a cabal. It was responsible for the auto pens and the EOs. They had a shadow cabinet and kept Joe in a real cabinet while Kamala was at the liquor cabinet. Meanwhile, raises the question, who signed the pardons? Yep. Did Hunter Biden create and sign his own pardon? Because that is balls, but it's also illegal and it has to be stopped. If you look at this celebrity-filled cabinet, though, it basically is like a covers band of Trump. It's like, hey, he's on TV, he's famous, he's got a name, let's do what he does. But it's like trying to create a human by pasting together body parts. It doesn't make it alive. It's still dead, and you're still not doing the hard work, which is you have to change. You have Pete Buttigieg talking about the language, but the Dems are focused on the language because they realize the substance underneath it is what people hate. He talks about condescension. Okay, is there a condescending way, a non-condescending way to deny a border, to deny biology, to deny government corruption, crime, vagrancy, or spending into oblivion? Is there a humble conversational way that you can attract men when you're talking about women with penises, or men wanting to play women's sports, or cutting up your kids in gender experiments? Is there some kind of non-confrontational way that you can do that? Because I'm all ears. My point being is, it doesn't matter what language you use. Yeah. It's the ideas underneath it. The Dems obsess over language because the ideas are so putrid. A great idea requires fifth grade vocabulary. No, a bad idea requires a teacher's lounge vocabulary. A great idea could be monosyllabic, much like something that Jesse would understand.
Like build the wall. That I get.
Build the wall. Exactly. But if you're going to talk about boys playing and girls sports, man, you got to call that teacher's lounge right up and get the right words. The Dems are facing a huge cliff.
Yep.
It's like when you quit drugs or quit drinking, what is my life going to be like without identity politics, without the oppression filter? How do I look at issues when that thing isn't there? How do I wake up in the morning and not look through this prism? You got to do it.
I do.
I know.
All right, we'll just do it a little bit more, Jessica.
You just have vodka with breakfast.
Don't tell everyone about my regimen.
What is in here anyway? Everyone's been asking. I guess it's water. How's Pete's beard doing?
I think, Pete, we finally agree on the same things. There's 3 things that he said, really, we lost the trust of America right away as soon as the Biden administration took office. Closing down schools, he said, was a big problem. And then he also said that you have to, what did he say? Hold on, I got so lost up in the border. The border. Everybody knew what was going on in their neighborhood. They saw changes that they couldn't deal with. And then also, when they went to the grocery market and they saw that the eggs were too expensive, or they went to fill up the gas in their car, it was too expensive. The Democrats lost the country in those 3 issues right at the very beginning.
So again, another Democrat says we were right. Okay.
Remember when the chief of staff said that inflation was a high-class problem? I mean, you don't get much more condescending than that.
Condescension.
I hate that word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost as bad as tariff, right?
Yes, or Pinot Noir.
Or memoir. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.